It might seem hard to believe, but we are now just a couple of weeks shy of one full decade since Donald Trump came down his golden escalator to announce his candidacy for president, which happened back on June 16th, 2015. Back then, the political experts generally considered the whole thing to be a joke and that Trump would never, ever be taken seriously enough to actually win the Republican primary, let alone the presidency. Well, the joke was on us, it seems, as Trump not only won in 2016 and again in 2024, but has completely remade the GOP into his own image and is in the process of doing the same thing to America. Perhaps the most stunning thing to come out of the past decade is that Trump convinced the vast majority of Christians that not only is he on their side, but that he is right about everything. They see him as being chosen by God to bring moral clarity to our nation. Another example is that while many of us are able to recognize that Trump repeatedly lies to magnify himself, his Christian supporters see him as a man who tells it like it is. He speaks the truth, and we just can't handle it. And although many of us see the abject corruption that is part and parcel of Trump and his administration, his Christian supporters either make one excuse or another for him, or simply turn a blind eye and pretend it isn't happening. Most of us can even recognize that Donald Trump has been busy creating his own new world order over the past couple of months. Our former allies now view us suspiciously, while our former adversaries, mostly strongmen and dictators, love the Trump administration. Yet most Christian Trump supporters see just the opposite. Trump is fighting globalism and their new world order. This despite the fact that much of the rest of the world also sees Trump as creating a new world order for himself. For example, we have this headline in the Jerusalem Post, which makes mention of how Trump's photograph with the Syrian president is symbolizing a new world order. We have this headline on the BBC about how Trump has blown up the New World Order. There's this article from the Elcano Royal Institute, which is a think tank based in Madrid, Spain. It covers how Trump is redefining the world order. Even Al Jazeera recognizes that Trump is changing everything in the world. Here's a brief video from them.
Let's talk about how Donald Trump is reshaping global politics. Because if you're confused about what Trump's doing and what it all means, you're not alone.
Everyone's confused, literally.
Just look at how much has happened since he returned to the White House.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip,
the Panama Canal.
We have to have Greenland.
Your country's in big trouble. Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking.
Reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world.
So how can we make sense of all this?
Closer to home, there is also the occasional recognition that Trump is imposing his will on the rest of the world. It's all about power. Check out this short clip from Fox News.
From Brussels to Beijing, President Trump's on-again, off-again tariffs are reshaping America's relationships with the rest of the world as countries scramble to respond to his rapidly evolving trade policy. So is there a strategy behind the president's latest tariff moves, and how does it fit with his larger foreign policy vision? Let's ask Wall Street Journal Global View columnist and Hudson Institute Distinguished Fellow Walter Russell Mead. Walter, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So let's get past the details of this or that on the tariffs. What's the big picture strategy here that Trump is pursuing?
Well, I think it's twofold. One is it's simply power maximization. What the president's been able to do is brush past any restraining international treaties like the World Trade Organization treaties and so on, and any congressional legislation, and simply say every tariff on every product from every country in the world is exactly what I think it should be and no other person. And this is a message to anybody who runs a business anywhere in the United States or anywhere in the world, or to any foreign leader. You have to come to me if you want these decisions to be made. I am in control. And I think that is a very important element of what he's doing. And it's not an economic strategy. It's a power strategy.
Yeah, but Walter, that isn't typically how the U.S. Constitution works, that one man can make all of these decisions.
So what are we to make of the fact that the vast majority of Trump's Christian supporters see a reality that is precisely the opposite of what's actually happening? They don't hear his lies. They don't see his corruption. And they don't understand that his new world order is being created right in front of them. But why is this? Are they blind because of the strong delusion? That's certainly a big part of what is to happen in the last days, as millions of believers fall away from the faith and are given over to the strong delusion because they don't love the truth. Do these professed Christians simply hate those who oppose Trump so much that it doesn't matter what Trump says or does? That's a big part of it too. He is viewed by many as the lesser of two evils, even though supporting the lesser of two evils is still supporting evil. Is it because these professed Christians are so wrapped up in the things of this world that all they care about is that Trump will make them richer, or that Trump will bring glory to America? That's certainly true to an extent, as many profess Christianity, but instead focus on worldly things. The truth is that it's probably a combination of all of these things, and in total, they elevate Trump to a Messiah-like status with people who otherwise would profess that they truly care about the kingdom of God. So why can't most Christians see Trump for what he truly is? While we can't pin it down to a specific reason, one thing is for sure: Donald Trump has a spell over them, and that spell is profoundly evil. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.